Greetings everybody and welcome to Madrid Ball. I hope you all are safe and sound. Real Madrid have travelled to Moldova to take on Sheriff Tiraspol away from home, and this is a game which should ideally seal the passage of the Los Blancos to the round of 16. We are just one win away from qualifying, and of course we do remember what happened when we faced Sheriff the previous time. They did inflict a humiliating defeat, that too in our own home ground, so we can expect the players to be motivated to take revenge. The players would be looking to fight for their honour because Real Madrid simply cannot afford another slip up against Sheriff. We are currently top of the table. You can also see Inter Milan are just 2 points behind, and if Madrid and Inter win their respective clashes in this round of games, then we can expect the final match of the group stage to decide who's going to come out on top, and we all know why both the teams would try their best to emerge as the group leaders. So definitely Real Madrid still have a lot of work to do, and in today's video we will be doing the match preview of Sheriff Tiraspol versus Real Madrid. We'll go through the words of Carlo Ancelotti, and lastly, we'll end this video by doing the match predictions. So come on, let's get started. And talking a bit about the opposition, Sheriff Tiraspol, they had exceeded all expectations when they were topping the group, which included Real Madrid and Inter Milan not so long ago. The win at the Bernabeu was something that even the most staunch Sheriff supporters wouldn't have expected, but football has its own ways of surprising the fans. They did find themselves in a very good position to qualify for the group stages, and also if we talk about the domestic form of Sheriff, they have won 12 of the 14 matches, scoring 44 goals and conceding only 5 in the process. So it is evident that they have done very well in the domestic competition, and we can say to an extent they carried that momentum into the Champions League as well. The wins must have provided Sheriff a lot of confidence to go toe-to-toe against the big boys in Europe, but since that time the tables have turned for Sheriff. Back-to-back losses against Inter Milan have hit their qualification hopes. They're currently third in the table, and if they want to qualify, tonight's game is going to be of massive importance for them. But talking a bit about the previous encounter with the Los Blancos, we did see Real Madrid had a lot of shots on target, and to be precise, Real Madrid had 31 attempts on goal. On another day, we would usually score at least 2 or 3 goals with so many shots, but we did see that the Sheriff goalkeeper was in sublime form. He played a huge part in keeping the Real Madrid attackers at bay, and what we also can do is accuse our attackers of not being clinical enough. The clinicality in front of goal was missing from the world-class attackers that we have, and lastly, if you remember, a few weeks ago, Real Madrid as a team had a lot of defensive problems. Our defense used to get cut open with quite a bit of ease. However, moving on from that defeat, we did see Ancelotti make a few tactical changes. In the early parts of the season, Real Madrid did have a very high backline, and our opponents did trouble us with balls over the top for the men running in behind, and Madrid did look defensively vulnerable. But over the past few games, Ancelotti has attempted to make the defense much more organized. We have looked much more assured while defending. Undoubtedly, the presence of Ferland Mendy has been a huge difference, and we have seen the bond between Militao and Alaba grow as they played more and more matches together. So definitely Real Madrid as a team have shown improvement, and I will acknowledge that we still do see a few defensive lapses, but overall we have shown a lot of positive signs in the past month or so. But coming to the formation of Sheriff, the manager Yuri Venidab likes using the 4-2-3-1 formation. He prefers setting up that way, and I expect the same to happen tonight. In the midfield we should see the double pivot of Edmund Addo and Sebastian Till. Addo will be the more defensive one, and Till, as we remember, will not be afraid of venturing into attacking areas. In the number 10 role, Kolovos should link up the midfield and attack. Traore and Castaneda should be operating on either flanks, and Yakshiboyev, the scorer from the reverse fixture, should again lead the attack for Sheriff Tiraspol. And coming to Real Madrid, this as you see is a scoreless for the game, and Ancelotti does have a lot of options to work with. He has good options in midfield, attack and defense, but rotations are looking a bit unlikely for today's game. A regular suspect, Eden Hazard, will once again miss a game for Real Madrid, and Fede Valverde is close to returning, but the game against Sheriff came too soon for him. Moving on, let's hear what the coach had to say in the pre-match press conference. The coach spoke about rotations, Thibaut Courtois snubbed from FIFA Best Award nominations, but firstly, while previewing the match, Ancelotti said, "In the reverse fixture, we didn't have a good time as they beat us at the Bernabeu. We have to try and avoid the mistakes we made in that game and try and reproduce the things that we are currently doing well. We mustn't rush things and play with real confidence and peace of mind and perform well for the whole 90 minutes. We know each other well, we know all about Sheriff, and they know us inside out, and I think we'll have to put in a strong all-round performance. Our aim is to win, close out the group stage, and progress." Then Ancelotti was asked if we would be seeing some rotations for the game, and this time Ancelotti was straightforward with his answer as he said, "Squad rotation is important as means to keep the players fresh and keep everyone motivated. We've also got to bear in mind the form that we are in. We're now on a very good run, and we haven't changed things things all that much in recent games. Militao and Rodrigo are able to return for this game, and they are fresh, but I don't intend on rotating the squad for this game. Then Ancelotti was asked why Thibaut Courtois didn't make the FIFA Best Shot list for the Best Goalkeeper award, and Ancelotti responded, "There are obviously many goalkeepers in Europe, and others have been selected for this, so what can we do about it? For us, he's a goalkeeper. We wouldn't swap with anyone because we have real trust in him, and I don't think he would swap this club for any other. This is a marriage that's in good shape. He hasn't won an award, but for him, I think that it's more important to win La Liga titles or the Champions League than an individual prize. That's better for us. That's what we think about it." And talking about the situation, it's absolutely baffling how Thibaut Courtois and Jan Oblak have not been included in the list. Both of them had fabulous seasons on an individual basis, and some of the saves that they had come up with were sensational in their own right. It's such a shame that the football authorities have turned a blind eye to their performance. In fact, it's an absolute joke. The two of them deserve to be there, and Courtois came out yesterday to say that he was ignored because he was very critical of football bodies over the past year. But honestly, the award is becoming more and more of a popularity contest, and you can clearly see the bias is more towards the Premier League, even though there were better keepers who had won trophies and individual awards in the past season. So definitely, there has been a lapse of judgment when it came to selecting the top 5 keepers. Moving on, Ancelotti was then asked if being a coach of Real Madrid is a difficult task, and the coach came up with a diplomatic response. He said, "It's not difficult. A coach's role is difficult. If you're in a race, it's better to have a Ferrari than a 500. That's a little bit about how I feel about coaching Real Madrid. All coaches are under pressure and managers are sacked every week. It's a part and parcel of our job, just like the responsibility and excitement that comes about with coaching the best team in the world." So that wraps up the press conference of Carlo Ancelotti, and let's conclude this video by doing the match predictions. In goal, Thibaut Courtois should be starting between the sticks. In defense, I do expect Ancelotti to field his strongest pack line. We should see Eder Militao, David Alaba, Dani Carvajal and Ferland Mendy taking care of the defensive side of the game. In the midfield, I do not expect any rotations, and Cruz, Casemiro and Modric should continue. They had a strong outing against Granada, and let's hope the trio will help us cruise to another victory in the Champions League. And lastly in attack, Vinicius and Benzema are sure shot starters, and on the right, since Ancelotti suggested that we may not see any rotations in the starting 11, I'll predict Asensio will take the final spot in the side. So that, as you see, is my predicted lineup, and as for my scoreline predictions, I predict Real Madrid 3, Sheriff Tiraspol 0. We are in good form, the mood is positive after the win against Granada, and Real Madrid must book their place in the round of 16. So that is all I have here. Do let me know how you're feeling ahead of the game. What are your thoughts on the snub of Thibaut Courtois from the Best Award? And last but not the least, don't forget to put in your match predictions. I'll see you soon. Till then, take care. Glory to Madrid. And as always, a Madrid.